Or all right, I can record this. We might be live. I'm trying to check. Ooh, it's thinking we're live. Oh my gosh, I see us in the live
I
window.
see
So
us too.
we
I
must
heard
be
us
live.
somewhere. I heard us somewhere also.
It's working.
Well, that's exciting.
Anybody out there? Can you confirm that we're not broken? They'll be behind a little. Did you hear what Alex did when he was
No.
trying to talk to us during the alligator live stream? He had paused the live stream at some point and then restarted it. And then he'd hear us say something to him, so he'd respond. But he was already 6 or 8 minutes behind.
Oh, yeah, because it pauses the chat too, right? I mean,
Yeah, well, but even if it didn't, we'd be 6 minutes of video. We'd already have talked for 6 minutes before we even saw, before
yeah,
he'd have.
that's wild.
Look at this guy on his skateboard. That
Can you
is
believe
correct, sir. Alex is correct.
Alex is always correct? Can you believe that was the first time that I rode that skateboard?
Was that really?
Yeah. That's the first time you chased somebody on a skateboard with a drone?
It is, and it
The,
was.
the fact that neither of us
There were
wound up
so
in the
many
pond.
people. I mean, it was not
So many
exactly
people.
crowded, but it wasn't empty either. And I kept thinking, oh, I thought that bench was going to be a dude. It was not a dude. Oh, I didn't check your audio levels, Tubby. What do you look like? Say
I
something.
don't know.
You're
I'm saying
you're
words.
you're fine. I expected that though.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, I'm doing all right, Tubby. How about you and YouTube?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right.
I guess I could put our.
Our
I need to hide our script here.
our show notes
Maybe I'll
or
put
our
that in the first tab over here. Oh, jeez. Look at that helmet I used to wear. Look at that thing I used to ride. Wonder what I'm saying. All
it's
right,
a
I have to take my
bicycle.
glasses off to see what's going on here, guys. I hope no one minds. So, what did you want to do first, Tubby? You were
I
looking through this document today?
I don't know. I thought it was in order. I thought it was already in order.
Fine too.
You
We can
didn't
do it in order.
you didn't spill coffee.
News.
That's on
I did not
news?
spill. Have nitrogenated mango that may or may not work. We'll find out.
Do you have a
We'll
little
find out later.
table to put it up on your desk so you get a good shot of it?
Should we move any of these uncategorized into news?
All right, I'm looking. Uncategorized.
Talk about solar power yet?
No, I don't think so. It's not actually turned on yet. Still. The interconnect agreement has not been submitted to.
Interconnected.
Yep. Drawers that flip down? I didn't even get that. I didn't even get that low.
I don't know if,
Yeah.
for whatever our definition of news might actually be.
Yeah, we don't exactly have a.
I have to Benchy up to news.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I'm not going to literally move it. I'm just going to open it and call it.
News.
Yeah. Is that open? Oh, this is the cheater Benchy.
Is this the one where the guy was using an air compressor?
Let's find out. No, this is older. This is with the servo motor.
Okay, well, why is it cheating?
Because they're supposed to use real 3D printers, I guess, and not. I don't know. He called it cheating, so.
Well, I'm not
Why
going to
not?
argue. I'm not going to argue with him.
All right, I have Rex's book here. Did I pick a good URL for the ZFS?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I found first, and
Where'd the cheater benchy go? We don't need my blog here. Cheater benchy, finish it off with maybe, or maybe I'll sneak it in after Rex, because then it's making something.
news,
News.
and then something.
I'm gonna wait till Tubby's done
Oh.
squinting before I.
I'll never be done squinting. I'm answering Alex's question.
Oh, he did it. Oh, he's looking at it.
It's Tesla that's holding things up.
Did you know you can answer these verbally?
I did, but I
Okay.
thought I started typing because you were talking about something else, and I didn't want to interrupt you, and I'm polite.
All right, I'm my cup here with this.
What is
before
this?
we
What is this that you're
paste
doing?
this in the middle of an episode, if it
You
goes
c-
well or badly. Well, that didn't go badly.
I didn't go badly at all. You haven't even made a mess.
This free orange mango beverage, nitrogen. It doesn't weigh anything. There's too much.
I want to do Mango from Saturday Night Live, but I never get it right.
That's Mr. Peepers. You're
I
thinking. Did you
know.
see what I did to see you? I just looked up and over a. God damn it! There we go. All right, I'm prepared. I might be prepared now.
Okay. Cheers.
Me gusta.
Is it good?
Yeah, I try. I was ready to make sure it tasted all right.
Okay. What was that? Are you going to tell everybody about it?
Well, I didn't even introduce the show yet. I didn't even start the episode yet.
Okay.
Are you in good hands? I'm in good hands. What are we?
I'm-
Oh, you're
I'm in-
with your.
I'm in good
Tesla
hands with-
coils.
With my Tesla solar and battery.
Okay, I'm gonna put this right in front of. I didn't even. Can you imagine if I the book?
Oh God, that would be.
Oh, I'd be so mad. But Rex would get another sale, so it'd be okay.
You could get him to autograph the one with Mango on it.
All right, we've got these in order.
I think so. News.
Got news. I'm gonna breathe a bit before I do the intro here because otherwise I'll just giggle, and that's no good. Hello and welcome to the Butter What Show. I'm one of your hosts, Pat Regan. This other guy here is our other co-host, Brian Moses, and we're calling this segment News. We're not really sure why, but we're doing it anyway. Is that okay?
I think so. That's a good thing. I was going to suggest calling it the junk drawer. It's like the drawer that you have in your office that
Oh,
that
you can't call it the junk drawer because we've got this beautiful book from the lovely Rex Kruger.
that would be
Just showed up
unkind.
in my mailbox today, and this does not belong in the junk drawer.
Absolutely not.
This is pretty fantastic. When we interviewed Rex on the Creativity Podcast, he told us about his upcoming woodworking book that was up for pre-order on Amazon, and I don't even know if I waited until we were done interviewing him. I think I might have went straight to Amazon to pre-order because that's how I roll. And this is fantastic. Rex's YouTube channel specializes in woodworking, like not power tool hand tools, like chisels, hand saws, planes, stuff like that. And it says I didn't look. I investigate any of this, Brian, before I bought the book. I just bought the book. And oh, I gotta look. I know it says it here, so I have to point to the right place. It says here that the projects in here you can do them with 12 hand tools, 12 different hand tools, and there's 15 projects to get you started in here. And it's, I'm not letting you say anything. I don't know if you noticed.
That's okay.
But what I didn't expect, I knew there'd be designs and things in here, but there's actually, photographs in here, like
Kind of step
color
by
book.
step. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if this makes me feel like an old man or sound like an old man, but the last time I went to a bookstore and bought a book, everything on the inside,
Fancy books had pictures in them.
really fancy books, and sometimes they just had a few, pages that had color. Thing, the
All
whole
of it.
thing is
Pat needs to buy more books. Is my takeaway on this.
this might be true. This might be true, but I'm gonna leave a link to Rex's book and his YouTube channel. You should totally check about stuff. He is the nicest guy. You should watch his video where he critiques his projects because he just says such nice things to everyone. It's
Yep, I watched that video. It was fantastic. I wanted to
Isn't
go
that
make
awesome?
something so that he could compliment it
I
next
know,
time
right?
around.
It makes me
I
want to
did.
make something from the book. I wonder how many hand tools I have.
You could say that you did them by
I
hand.
can say, I put this. I won't tell them I put it on the CNC. I'll just say we did it by hand. In the chat, my wife says I am an old man.
I can
and she knows that
confirm
because
this.
No.
No.
We're back to benchies, Tubby.
These speedboat races are fascinating.
They really are, and they keep appearing to be faster.
Yeah.
Now this is on mute. Oh, I should check who this is. We should always tell people. Mirage C. That's something I'm going to try to do a better job on today, Tubby. I'm going to make sure there's text over the video with everybody's YouTube channels and URL.
Ooh.
I'm going to do a better job. I wanted to last time, but I'm new at this.
You're doing a good job.
But this is how long does it take your printer to print a Benchy with the default settings?
Cal, it's been a long time since I tried. Like, I don't know. Like, I want to say it's long. Like an hour?
I would
Is
believe
that too
I
much?
would believe if it's an hour.
Yeah.
It was an hour and something, or if you told me it was 45 minutes. But this guy's doing it in 5.5 minutes.
I can't even go get a drink in 5.5 minutes.
I know, right? And you guys can't hear this. Can I unmute it? What happens if I don't think it'll come through the live stream even if I do unmute it. Oh, he's talking to us.
Oh, is he? I can't hear him either.
You can't. I don't know how. I've got that goofed up. We won't be
That's
able
fine.
to do that. But stepper motors, he's using servo motors, and if I'm remembering correctly, he said that to print here at something like this is 500 and something millimeters per second. Do you think he told us? No, we'd have to listen. With like 30,000, 40,000 millimeters squared acceleration. He's only using like 15% of the power that these servos have. The only thing slowing him down is his extruder at this point. He can't melt plastic fast enough.
That's impressive.
But the title says he's cheating because I guess you're not supposed to use servos to participate officially in the speedboat race.
Yeah, I want to see the rules.
Yeah, I tried to Google them today and I couldn't find them. Because I wanted to compete poorly. I mean, I'm not saying I would compete well, but I'd like to see where
that'd be
the
like
difference stand.
me in the drone simulators. That's moving
Probably,
so
it's
fast.
almost a slideshow.
Yeah, I haven't glanced over at the live stream, but
Can I skip to the... to the hard parts here. The pillars are a little sloppy, but they're not bad. They're really not bad for how fast this is going. Look at
For
that. You can
yeah,
see
for
the material. This is like a time lapse.
it's like a time. It's watching this is like a time lapse. Yes. Yeah, I wonder.
These speedboat races every month. I think one this month too. And Tubby, you were telling me you were on Discord with this today.
I was excited to see this. It's something that has been, I don't want to say perpetually, for the last few years. You know, the rumor mill has been that expanding a ZFS ZDev by OneDrive was coming soon. It's a current limitation. You know, once you create it, it's more or less set. You can't add a single drive to it incrementally like you.
So if you have 6 drives in your RAID, you have 6 drives.
Yep.
If you want more, you can't go to 7. If you want more, you have to make a new
Yeah.
RAID
Yeah.
device with however many disks.
And I had to do that. Well, I didn't have to. I did that with my first DIY NAS. You know, I only had like 5 drives in it or something, and I wanted to grow it and found out very quickly that I couldn't without, you know, moving all the data off, destroying it, adding a new 7-drive array with those 2 extra drives, and then copying all the data back over. Thankfully, I build a DIY NAS every single year, so it was easy for me to do. But most
Well, how did you do it then?
Basically just like I built a NAS that year and gave it away, but before I gave it away, I used it to park all my data on it, and then I grew my own personal NAS by 2 drives and then copied all that data back over.
Gotcha. So you
it
got
took-
to cheat by using somebody else's hardware that they didn't earn yet.
Yeah, they hadn't won it yet. It was mine, and I think I let the winner know that it had a little bit of mileage on it when I gave it away. But yeah, I guess there was a FreeBSD developer conference last week, a few days ago, and one of the co-founders of OpenZFS did a presentation in that about the ZFS expansion being merged into the master, and it would be a part of the next big release. But with, I guess a caveat needs to be issued there. They don't release very frequently, so you know that release cadence. You know, it might be a year from now or maybe longer. And this has been the presenter. He talked about it. It's been in the works now for 4 years, he said. So I hope it's not that far away, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it.
This diagram has me slightly disappointed. Tubby.
Yeah?
Well, you add another drive, you still have the previous amount of parity and redundancy. It's still 4 drives to 5 drives. It's still 4 drives. I don't know how to say this. This is
Okay.
a weird. Normally, when you have the 5 drives, now I want to think about this a little more.
Well, and there's several.
This is still going to be 50% of your data is going to be parity. Because this is, well, no, this is a RAID Z1. So 25
Yeah.
and the 25% of your storage is parity.
Yep, and it
And
goes
on the right, it's still going to be 25% of your storage. It's not going to go down to 20. Like if you started with a 5 disk, only one of these slices would be. This isn't they're not shuffling your data around. It's just making another drive available.
Yeah, and this is probably getting in the area where I'm ignorant.
Outside, this is not news anymore. This is just,
Yeah.
I didn't know this. I didn't look at the
Yeah.
diagram.
Well,
You
and
told me about this earlier.
he talks about it in his presentation, and I was busy working, doing my day job while this was running in the background, so I I didn't watch and pay close attention, but there are several slides where he goes through what happens as it gets expanded.
Yep, and this is only the Ars Tech on.
Oh, okay.
This is not
Yeah.
a real.
The Ars, yeah, the link in our video description, we'll make sure we get both in there. There's an Ars Technica article that I read about it, but in there is a link to the actual Zoom conference for the FreeBSD Developer Summit. And if you want to spend, I think it's about 30 or 40 minutes of presentation and then another 10 or 15 minutes of questions
The
and answers.
presentation for the RAID Z part begins at the 1 hour.
1 hour and 40 minute mark. Yeah.
Yep. But links to all of that in the description. This is exciting. I've been a bummer that you can't add discs to an.
It's huge news. It's probably
it's not
the most
a big deal in an enterprise where you fill everything up with you spending somebody else's money, but it's a big deal at home when I'm spending my money.
Yeah, it's the most frequently asked question across all of my DIY NAS stuff is, can I just add a drive to it later to make it bigger? And the answer is no for right now, and pretty soon that's going to change to yes, and that's exciting.
Well, and this is your.
This is also my news, and this might be every bit as exciting to me as the ZFS expansion. I got in the mail last week the PiKVM V3 hardware. I got a chance as a patron of PiKVM to pre-order it, and it showed up in the mail last week. Here, let's see. This is the hat. It goes right on top of the Raspberry Pi. There were a few options like this LCD display, and I just said yes. I mean, I did the
give me everything.
Shut up and take my money. But this is the hat. There's this. This is just all the kit. This is all the hardware. But there's a PCB in here for the ATX power controls, and you can.
That's nifty.
It is nifty. You can mount it in the back of your PC. It uses RJ45 in a PCI slot. So you mount that PCB in your case, and you wire the power switch from the case into the PCB, and then the PCB into your motherboard, and then you connect via just a regular network cable back to the Raspberry Pi. Well, the hat.
We did a bad job because we didn't even say what a PiKVM is at the beginning, so you wouldn't even know why this is exciting.
Yeah, that's true. The PiKVM is an inexpensive KVM with keyboard, video, mouse over IP. It runs on a Raspberry Pi. There's been several hardware iterations. For Christmas for you, and then for me, bought all the hardware for them, and have been using it and wrote blogs about it.
And what it lets you do is remotely over the network, either local network or I have mine set up on a VPN so I could do it over the internet. Connect remotely to a server, and it's as if you're sitting at the keyboard and monitor of that server. So you can reboot it, you can go into the BIOS, you can change settings, overclock, whatever kind of. So if something goes wrong, you don't have to be there. And now if you have the power button accessible, now you can actually power the machine on and off if you have to.
Yeah, like pressing the power button on the machine. It's really cool, and it adds a, I think the neatest part about it is it adds a very enterprise grade feature to any computer that you would want it to be part of. If you wanted to be able to do this and you wanted that built into the motherboard, you would have to buy, the top of not the top of the line server, but you'd have to buy, enterprise grade hardware in order to find that feature. They just don't put this on consumer grade motherboards and computers.
Yep, and the inexpensive server grade motherboards that have this sort of hardware built in, like an IPMI interface, they're pretty low end. They're, if you're only spending $400 or so on the motherboard, they're not. Yeah, it's not like I mean, I could spend $400 or $500 on some kind of crazy 8 or 12 core Ryzen and
Yep.
put it on an $80 motherboard, and you could be spending $400 just for the motherboard, and then you got to get a Xeon to put in it, and
Exactly.
this is so much less expensive. And you can take the Pi KVM from one. The IPMI that's built on the motherboard, you're going to throw it away.
Yep.
This is
Yeah, you have-
fantastic.
This
for
is
us
really
folks who do
fantastic.
this at home.
Yep. Yeah. And then you talked about putting a VPN on yours. You could give it to somebody. I mean, you could meet somebody for coffee and they say, I'm having a hard time with my computer. And you just say, well, here.
Oh,
And you
here,
dig it out of your
plug this in.
backpack, take this to your house, plug it into your computer, and let me know when it's up, and I'll take a look. And I'm really excited. I'm really excited about, the V3 hardware. It's an upgrade.
Uh-oh. Tubby.
Oh, no.
I don't...
Yeah, my camera turned off.
I need a technical difficulty sign.
Yeah, you do. Am I back?
Hey, there he is.
What'd I do? What was I saying? I was saying a lot.
Well, my old original hardware, I'm just using... I don't have a hat. I just have a little USB HDMI doodad.
Yep.
This replaces that, is my understanding.
Yep, this
With
replaces
a more
that
reliable piece of hardware.
with a more reliable piece of hardware. Yeah, I've been using mine with a KVM switch that the Raspberry Pi can control, so that I can hook up 3 or 4 different computers and
You're
switch between
essentially
it.
splitting one networked KVM into a non-networked KVM.
Into a non-net.
data
yeah.
chaining.
But that KVM switch, the physical switch, does not like that USB to HDMI adapter very much. And I have all sorts of problems. Basically, anytime I've needed to use my Pi KVM, I've gone in there and it's not working, and I have to bypass the KVM switch and plug it right directly into the hardware.
Yeah.
So
Just so everyone knows, that's a problem that you've kind of created, because this doesn't happen to me. I can leave mine plugged in for
Yep.
weeks, and
I've
it works. It's just something to do with that extra.
yeah, it's my extra complicated stuff. The Pi KVM stuff works all the time. The switch, it's an easy, I don't know how you say it. It's easy COO, and I can't remember the exact model number. And I talked to their tech support a couple times, and they would basically power everything off and then turn it on in the right sequence. One time I couldn't even get that to happen, and I swapped the USB to HDMI dongles because I've got about 4 or 5 of those cheap ones, but it's been kind of hard to use. So I'm hoping this fixes that, and I'm real excited about it. And this, I'm excited.
This means we're going to be able to order these soon.
Yeah, in fact, you can pre-order them right now. We'll We'll put links in the video description to
Tubby,
where
I
you can.
might have to cut out the Pi KVM stuff and put it in its own episode.
Have I talked that?
We've talked quite a bit about the Pi KVM. I
It's
don't know how much, but
yeah. Well,
fine.
let's do that. If this is too much news, we can just call it Brian rambles on and on about the Pi KVM again.
Well, you're excited. Well, tell us about what you have in your hand there, since it's going to be a whole episode.
This is a metal case. It's really nice. It's going to fit the hardware. I'm doing this because I've got a little tiny cell phone size screen on Riverside here. Now this case you can't get this right now. The ones that are getting pre-ordered right now will come with STL files to 3D print a case. But as I understand it, in the second batch of the Pi KVMs, you'll be able to get the case also. And it's really, I don't know what kind of metal this is. It's really nice.
I kind of want to print my own case.
I kind of did too. But I'm really excited.
Uh-oh, Tubby.
My camera did the same thing. I wonder if the... There I am. I'm back.
Are you running out of battery? Did you, are you not plugged in?
I'm plugged in, or I should be. Next... Well, there's no battery in. I mean, it's a faux battery. So if...
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering if my my little USB HDMI guy is overheating. But I would expect that would lose. You know, I'd hear the USB disconnecting. Yeah, and each time the camera's been off.
Well, let's hammer through. What were we talking
Okay.
about? The metal case. You
Metal
can order it
case.
later.
You can order it later with the second batch.
And it looks like they're out of stock. Are they gonna?
They're not on sale yet. The patrons of PyKVM got a chance to pre-order them, and we got the first batch. As I understand it, they've set up arrangements with, I guess distributors would be the best way to call them, for the PyKVM, and that those are being dispatched to the distributors. I don't know what the supply chain looks like, but yeah, you can pre-order them right now from the PyShop URL that's down in the video description.
Awesome.
I'm super excited about it.
I'm super excited too.
It's gonna be my next blog topic, probably on briancmoses.com.
Did we do a good job?
I think so.
I think so too.
What's the crowd say? Wonder what our... Trying to catch my camera telling me something that it's mad. The camera's turning off. Each of the times it's done that.
Yeah, that's what. When my camera disconnects, my screen, because the USB doodad keeps trucking. Well, you haven't gotten to talk about your scissor snake yet.
I have not. I've been trying so hard not.
I like the pill bottle. Maybe this motion controlled camera. Oh, and the Prusa Mini base. That's a good.
That was neat. Yeah.
That's. Oh, I didn't actually open it. Oh wait, shirt.
Pat's editing. Is he show? He's not sharing this on the screen. He's editing our document in real time. It's kind of fun to watch things move around. When he starts clicking off and looks at something else, I've been moving it back and seeing if he notices.
The pillbox is gone.
It's gone?
It was deleted by the person who originally posted it.
I wonder why.
Oh, maybe we got it on Thingiverse though.
Rolling top pillbox.
404. It's just gone.
Are you sure? I opened the link right up.
Well, I did too. I'm looking at the comments. The thing says there's no thing. Is this a different link? Are these the same? Nope, 404.
I just downloaded the...
Your camera shut off again, Tubby.
Good grief. Let me plug and unplug things. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'm going to look for... Well, I'm going to need to put at least one more thing in this segment here. That's for sure. I have that other pillbox, the roll top. I don't know why this one's a pillbox. Boy, but that's boring without the video. Where's the video?
Uh-oh, it says it can't access my video. Do I need to exit? What happened?
Can you down at the bottom? Can you switch your camera back to the other camera?
Says I can't change devices when recording. Can I disable it? Enable it. Yeah, my camera's on, but
Oh, you unplugged the USB guy.
no, I didn't.
Oh.
I just unplugged the battery doodad for the camera. The AC adapter. I almost knocked over my Diet Dr. Pepper, Pat.
Oh, the pull copter. I'll do the pull copter. That's fun. We'll put that right in the front. I'll entertain our handful of remaining guests here with the pull copter.
Okay.
This is fantastic.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to hang up and come back in.
I think you are.
I'm gonna have to hang up and wait for it, right, to upload my video, or
Boy, I don't know for.
I guess.
Wait, but you won't wait long. You're only a megabyte behind.
Okay.
Put that on replay. The chat's a lot more lively when Tommy is wrestling Allie. I wanted to print one of these for today, but I forgot about it. Hey, there he is.
Sorry about that. We'll see if this stays on.
I hope so.
Me too.
I'm gonna make you bigger here. Oh, look at the size of you.
Am I glorious?
You're huge. What's going on here? This isn't the
That's the Pulcopter.
I'm gonna pause that so I can. Are you ready, Tubby?
I think I'm ready. What
I think-
are we doing? Are we doing an intro or?
I'm gonna do an intro.
Okay.
Here it goes. Hello, everybody. The Butter What Show once again. I'm still Pat Regan. This is my co-host Brian Moses, and we've got a handful of 3D printing projects from around the internet. Oh, Brian, I didn't tell everybody that this is recorded live on YouTube.
A live studio audience.
Yeah.
Usually
Around the world.
always on the first Tuesday of every month, but this particular one happened special
On a
in the middle of the
different
month on a different Tuesday.
Tuesday.
But it was a
like-
Tuesday in the month.
So, do you know what this is, Tubby?
I know what this
First one?
is. You sent me the video and I knew what it was from the thumbnail and I was excited about it.
Tell me how this works as best you can.
It's a Pulcopter. It's
What?
like, well,
Look at it
you just saw it. It's got teeth. It's geared. It's a propeller. I mean, it's essentially a propeller,
Yep.
and you yoink
Oh,
on
like
it,
a
and
lawnmower.
that like a lawnmower, and that thing took off. I mean, we had these toys when we were kids, but I don't remember them taking off like in that video. I mean,
And this one's a ring.
yeah.
So yeah, I really wanted to print one of these, but I forgot to do it. So maybe I'll show mine off next month.
Yeah, I
Or
hope
in 2
so.
weeks when we do
And
this.
yeah, in 2 weeks.
But
Well,
this is fantastic. It's such an easy looking print. It just needs 3 screws of some size or another. Does he say?
it
Oh, and
looks
I should be
small.
telling you who.
Yeah, who is this guy?
Well, I'll put it up on the screen, but I don't know if I'm supposed to pronounce it or spell it or. So
Okay.
we'll just put it up on the screen.
And
Will
we'll
that
put
be
links.
okay?
We'll put links in the video description, right?
Yep, we will definitely have links in the description. And I'll put it on the screen. I'm trying to put everything on the screen this week. I'm going to do a better job.
I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And what do you have in your hands there, Tubby?
I have something that my son, he was watching, I guess, YouTube Kids on one, I think it was the weekend morning. He came in and he woke me up and he said, Dad, I found something on my tablet. It's something that you can 3D print, and you can 3D print it, so you could make it for me right now.
Shut
And
the front door.
I was super excited about that because, I mean, the fact that he connected, the video that he saw on YouTube to the fact that I could make it for him. So that,
And he's 7 years old now.
yeah, give or take 22 years. But it's called a scissor snake, and he's been fascinated with it. In fact, I had to bribe him to get him to let me borrow this for our little show here.
I hear it squeaking. Make it squeak.
It squeaks a lot. Is it louder over by the mic?
A little bit. So this is just like when I was a kid watching cartoons. There'd usually be a
And I don't know if you can see it. It's got
grabber.
teeth. Yeah, I mean it's
It'll
it's
bite you,
printing.
but this is on Thingiverse.
This is on Thingiverse. Yep. And it's print in place. It's got different sizes. This is like the medium size. Now I kind of want to print the big one, but
Mini curvy. Tubby, one of them's called the Magnum.
is it really?
It really is the Magnum Revision A.
That's awesome. Yeah, the Super was
Oh, geez, and lots of
links.
small links. The Super is more Magnum than the Magnum. Maybe. Oh, curvy. There's weird ones. All right, now I have to print one. I'll be back. I'll see
It's
you
a lot
guys
of fun.
later.
Your
This is
printer's
fantastic.
right over there.
Right here. I'm touching it.
You could start it. You could start a print right now if you wanted
But you
to.
guys wouldn't want to listen to it.
Probably.
That would be rude. Now this Tubby is pretty insane. I want to make sure this is the one I think it is. This is a... I'll edit this part out here.
Where we're confirming.
It is a programmable magical camera slider. And I'm trying to find where they show us what it looks like here. This is a 3D printable. Our friend Alex in the chat, if he's still here, he bought a thing like this, which is pretty awesome. Oh, jinkies, this one's controlled by
Like a gamepad,
a
right?
gamepad, a Bluetooth
Yeah.
gamepad. But it will pan, tilt, and slide. And I think it can, the control of the spinning puck there that he has the Pokemon, that's tied in also. So you can script this to,
Yep.
perform a motion.
It looked like quite a project. I was tempted to
And he
price
has it
out.
up overhead here. Look at it go. Look at it. It is a big piece of machinery to make some amazing B-roll.
Yep.
if that's the sort of thing you need. Look at that.
Get some of the espresso coffee making
Chris
shots.
knows what that was. That's a Rubik's Cube.
That's a
But it's too complicated. Chris can't do this one.
that's a big root. I was about to say is that 4 by
Got lots of
4?
extra. But doesn't he know I want to watch the machine? Oh, there's a cat?
There's a cat.
It's hard to skip around a video while I'm talking to you guys. But it's pretty neat. Oh, I'm supposed to tell you who this is from. This is from a YouTube channel called Fuzzy Logic. We'll have a link to that in the description. And it looks like he has source code for the whole thing up on GitLab. If I was smart, I would have checked to see what the license is, but I don't see a license. No license. So, to make of that what you will.
Oh, you're being asked if you're challenging Chris's Rubik's Cube skills.
Take care of it. Order a 4x4. Learn the ABCs on there.
Make it so.
I would be very excited about this if I happened to order a Prusa Mini, and I almost did. There's a Prusa Mark III standing next to me here.
Mark 3S.
Mark IIIS. When my old printer failed, I said I should just buy a Prusa Mini. This is all the printer I really need. But then the lead time to get one, I think my printer died in March, and they told me maybe I'd have one in September.
Yep.
I said, no, I can't wait till September, and so I ordered the MK3. But they have printable legs for your Prusa Mini now to make it actually mini. Because the Prusa Mini's small, but where do you put the filament, and where do you put the power supply?
Close to it.
Close to it, like next to it there, but now he's, oh, look at that. He's like, yeah, we should totally find a way to put these underneath. It's a big print job, though, Tubby.
It looked like a lot of work.
It's like 3/4 of a spool of filament
Okay.
to make this.
I know a thing or two about big print jobs. Multiple
Yeah, you do.
spools of filament.
But you crank the crap out of that, slide them on. Screw the front panel back on. I mean, there's some effort involved here. They moved the USB port and the power, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, there's front. Little trays to catch all your droppings, your little dribbles of, those little bits of plastic that you lose when you're scraping them off the bed.
They're like dust bunnies. But you need a word.
A little slot for your extra spring steel plate, your print bed. But yeah, I think they did a good job. I'm bummed out that I need to take the time to print a kilogram no, not 3/4 of a kilogram
Yep.
of stuff, but it's pretty slick.
I like it. It's a cool option, right? You don't have to. It's completely unnecessary. So,
Yep.
It's something that you can decide to do after you buy the printer. It's not going to increase. I mean, it's not going to make the printer more expensive. Like if it was an option to buy it, as, straight from Prusa when you ordered your Prusa Mini. But yeah, I think it's neat, especially, if you're trying to get more things around it. If you're tight on space, or if you're trying to build out like a printer farm, like if you had a 6-foot shelf, how many more printers could you fit on that shelf?
Yeah, could you get one more in the line?
Yep.
If everything is tucked in. I like it, Tubby. That's my vote.
Now we just need
put in for this section. Was that enough, Tubby?
Yeah, I think so. Was
I
that more
think
than
so, too.
Was that more than 5 minutes?
I did not pay attention. It was quite a bit. I thought the next part would be 3D printed cases, ITX cases. Is
Okay.
that okay with you?
Yeah.
I'll clobber all these I have.
Do you have the links to Toby's site?
From Reddit here. I don't, but I'll get them. I'll get 'em.
Okay. Get some fidgeting out of the way.
3D Weeby? Look at this. I know that guy. Bet we can find. Get the My Mini Factory link. We'll get this Brian McMoses link. So I vote we start with the other guy. The new
Yeah,
guy.
yeah, we save the best for last.
There you go.
That's
I
for
like that.
that's for Toby.
Get us
I don't
angled here.
I don't know if he's in our audience today, but the best for last.
I'm just going to play this video real quick. Okay, good. It's an assembly. That'll be good. And this is for sale too. I should click the link. You can buy them here. I think it's $5.
That's not bad. Is this the Bandito Chinchilla 49 one?
I have to take my glasses off. Cards here. Oh, $4.05. I'm going to call it $4. Flying T. Flying T is his name on Reddit. I see no name on
At the end of
Board
ITX.
Engineer. Is that his name or is that his class?
I'm gonna play a massively multiplayer role playing game. Board Engineer is the class that I'm picking.
If I hit the follow button. Oh, geez, I'm following. I was hoping it would just tell me his name.
The end of the URL says Bandito Chinchilla 49, or one of them.
Oh, it really does. Yeah. Good gravy. All right, I'm ready if you're prepared.
What's the? Is this? Is it just the one?
I don't. We don't have a third one in our list. You had one you were talking about, but it's not. What, Tommy? If we only talk about two of them today, and you find another one, we could talk about two of them that day too.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just trying to pull the links up so I can look at them.
Gotcha.
And I'm only finding the one. The
Well, the
Bandito.
one- Yeah, well, there's two
oh,
links to the same one. There's a Reddit and
Yep. Okay.
a place where it's for sale.
So the two is this and the MK735.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
we're very well organized. Totally on the same page at all times.
We are now.
Yeah,
We are now.
but at all times.
Again.
I think we should.
Oh, let me get the chat back up here. I don't want to miss it. Welcome to the Rubik's Cube Challenge, where Chris says she's going to get a 4x4x4 Rubik's Cube and learn how to solve it before, in 2 days when Prime shipping makes it arrive. No, that's not. I'm going to start again. Hello, everybody, to the Butter What Show on the internet here. We're filming in front of a live YouTube audience. It's a slower day today. We've 6 people out there. And that's exciting, though, because I'm amazed anyone watches.
They're hardcore fans.
Absolutely hardcore fans. And we just did a episode previously But we've got another couple of 3D printing 3D printing and PC related things. We've got a couple of 3D printed NAS case. No, that's a lie. This one's not. This is just a
Small
gaming PC.
small form factor cases.
Small form. What makes it small form factor, Tubby?
Well, they're both mini ITX for mini ITX motherboards.
They're little.
They're
You
small.
tell me they're little. They're small.
They don't understand because they're small.
So I know. I'm not going to let him tell you, but he's planning on finally migrating his NAS into a 3D printed case that he 3D printed like 12 years ago. But before we get to that, a couple of weeks ago I found no, not a couple of. This was posted 8 days ago, so I didn't find it more than 8 days ago.
We're rounding up to the nearest week.
Okay,
to
to
the-
the
Up to the nearest.
2 weeks ago,
2 weeks
I found
ago.
this 3D printed ITX case, and this was posted by the user named Fly on Reddit here, and I'll play the video while we're talking. This is a little guy. It's got room for like a heart, like maybe the motherboard, video card, and that's pretty much it. This is a very 2D design, Brian.
Yes,
Three-dimensional, which is fine. This
that's
probably
fantastic.
prints pretty fast. It's mostly platforms that you screw together. Lots of screws.
Yep. Yeah, I like that it's
And
not a
I
very
like
tall.
that big opening on the side, if I'm not mistaken, here where the video card lives.
Yep.
Is he going to put one in there?
I don't know.
No, he just put the case together for us. But this case is available on cults3d.com for $4.05 if you'd like to print your own. And he's got a list of parts up here. And we're too stupid to know who made this. Brian tells me the end of the URL has this Bandito Chinchilla 49, which Brian thinks is his name. And I'm trying to figure out down here. It tells you who the creator is. Oh, this is it. Tubby. We figured it out. I'm going to tell you guys before I tell you what I just learned. I thought maybe his name... I couldn't figure out if his name was board engineer or if that's like his class or his title. But it says here Dito 49, which that fits with the Bandito Chinchilla up the top. So whoever this belongs to, full credit to this. It's an awesome piece of work here. Oh, there's a couple of makes of it.
I love seeing them in action.
I do too. This one doesn't seem to have the cover on.
Gets better airflow that way.
Way better airflow that way. Now, is that the same view? Okay, there's the power button. Yeah, so this is that's open and this is fully closed. Yeah, lots of airflow. That video card is just sitting by this grill here. So that's...
If your power goes out, you're in big trouble. But if you're in Texas and the power goes out in the winter, you can run that off of your UPS and heat your house for a little while.
We hope so. We hope so. But I'm going to segue into our friend Toby has this awesome... Oh, geez. I'm doing a bad job. He calls it... It's an awesome mini ITX NAS storage server case called the MK735. And I think Brian can tell us more about that because he has one sitting behind him there.
I do.
Somewhere.
I've had one. I got a chance. This is 2 or 3 years ago now. Toby reached out to me and asked what I thought about a 3D printed NAS, and people have asked that before, and I've always told people it'd be really impressive, and it would be, a huge 3D print. I mean, it would be a lot of assembly, a lot of 3D printing time, and Toby asked me if I was interested in looking at one that he had 3D printed. And he sent me a couple pictures, and I said, before the minute that he said, "Do you want to look at it?" I wanted to say yes. But, we had a conversation. He sent it to me, and I I said it in the blog at the time. It's amazing. I mean, I've 3D designed things on my own, and they're all small, simple.
Now, Dito 49's case is fantastic, but it's very two-dimensional. Toby has done a good job of taking advantage of the third dimension
Yes.
of the 3D printer. There are so many pieces here that fit together like a puzzle. It's beautiful.
Yep. Yeah, and in one after seeing it, Toby sent it to me a prototype. You know, it wasn't finished, and I got invited to be, you know, among some beta testers for the final design, and I mean, at looking at it, I decided right then and there. I said, you know, I'd not been printing things that took days to print, and I said, this is the thing that I want to try and print. This is going to be my penultimate 3D print, and I did it, and I fully intended to rapidly migrate my own DIY NAS right into it once the print was finished. But then I'm lazy. I kept waiting for, you know, something to break or something to need replacing. I had just recently swapped out the motherboard because it had failed and I'd RMA'd it. So I wasn't really feeling like rebuilding the DIY NAS again. But
So what's your plan now? What are you
my
gonna?
my plan now is my next DIY NAS build. So for 2021, I'm gonna build a NAS for me. I'm gonna upgrade my old DIY NAS, and I'm gonna build my, well, we'll call it my dream NAS right into my MK735, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know how much of it you can see over my shoulder, but just about everything except the motherboard is behind me there.
I'm leafing through your blog post here. Oh, look at you
Yeah,
putting this together.
I've got a time lapse video. That's just of me struggling on one particular step of getting the puzzle piece put together. It was hysterical, but yeah, I actually had to get out power tools. But in that same blog, there's a time lapse of all of my prints, all of my assembly. It was a fantastic little project.
I can't wait to see it all put together.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait to see it. Well, see it in the background of these podcasts. Yeah, here's the assembly. This was fun.
But what are the specs on Toby's MK735? It's different than the other thing that holds like one or two SSDs, a
Yep.
motherboard, and a PCI card, and that's
So
the whole thing.
the thing that probably makes it the most different is the number of drives that you can fit into it. You can fit 7 3.5-inch drives and two 2.5-inch drives, a full-size ATX power supply, a mini
Oh,
ITX.
that's nice.
Yeah, a mini ITX motherboard.
Yeah, the big power supply gives you room for finding a more efficient, quieter
Yep.
model instead of a little ITX power supply where they put those.
And I need to double check that.
Well, it looks like a full size AT. Brian's checking to make sure you really can put an ATX power supply in there.
Well, I'm only doing that because I've bought DIY NAS cases and looked at it and said, yeah, that fits a full size ATX, and then it's like a, you know, an SFX or even like a 1U power supply.
So while Brian's doing his research, I'm going to tell you some of the 3D printing. The STL files are for sale on myminifactory.com. We'll have a link to Toby's store in the description. It requires kilograms, so about a spool and a third of PLA, and 250 grams of flexible filament. And the time to print that is estimated here at about 12,000 minutes. And that's some number of hours.
tall prints take a long time.
Tall print forever. Oh, look at all these comments. I need to come back
Yeah,
and read these
it's.
comments.
I
haven't
love.
been here in a while.
I haven't either. I go back from time to time, and I like seeing all the makes that people have shared that they've done. It's impressive. And
Full
I was
ATX
right.
power supply up
Yep.
to 170 millimeters deep. Nice job, Tubby.
Thank you.
But
I
yeah, this
remem-
is pretty compact. I don't remember this being that much bigger than the metal micro NAS case that you already have.
Yeah, I don't know
I
how.
know it's bigger because it fits an ATX power supply, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's obviously bigger. But
Yeah, I don't know how well you can see it in the background there. They're right next to each other.
we
But
still
yeah.
look at it. But it's rather compact for what you could fit. It's
Yep.
compact and rather dense.
Yes, yeah. The year that Toby sent it to me, I didn't fully assemble the DI, but I put the motherboard in and I connected all the drives, and yeah, it's quite dense.
So what kind of specs are you putting in? What kind of anything you're willing to tell us? Can you break the embargo? Can you give us the?
Well, I've normally I save this kind of sneak peek behind the scenes content for my patrons on Patreon, but you know I've decided I want to upgrade everything about my own DIY NAS. So
Except the drives, right?
except the drives, yeah. I'm gonna move my drives into this NAS, and those are gonna be the same. But yeah, more CPU, twice the amount of RAM. So it's a Xeon D2123T CPU. Look at that mango-ness.
Am I running out? No, I'm not. It's going. Okay, Xeon. I'm sorry.
Xeon D2123 CPU, 64 gigs of, I think, DDR4 ECC RAM, a pair of 1 terabyte SSDs that I hope, and I don't know if this will work, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to pre-partition them and use them for an OS, for the OS and for both the ZFS secondary intent log and the level 2 ARC for caching to
You'll
hopefully
be able to make it happen.
yeah, I have a little bit of faith. I'll mangle my way through it. It'll have.
You don't have to tell us everything.
Yeah.
Tell us more next week when we
Yep.
talk in 2 more weeks.
Lights, LED lights. I'm
LED lights.
only saying that because I have perpetually and will continue to make fun of people who put LED lights into their computer cases, but I'm going to do it. And this podcast is to blame for that, you know.
Is it really?
Yeah, I wanted to have something neat in the background, a catchy.
Neater than your face up in the corner there.
neater than my face, neater than the Super Troopers. No, I'm at
Have
a.
you done a good job? Did you cover everything you wanted to say about your?
I think so. Yeah.
Well,
No,
I should say, Toby's case is a work of art.
absolutely.
I totally, you hear, a case is. I don't care about the case. If it fits all the stuff and it's easy to work on, I'm happy. I hide it underneath everything. I don't care. But when I said, boy, I wouldn't mind having one of those in my office. That's nice.
Yep.
And it really is. Nice work, Toby.
Very good job.
So, what do you want to do next, Tubby?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know that we've done three
We've done 3. Yeah,
episodes,
what's our-
which is pretty good.
Which is pretty. Yep.
And we have.
Yep.
Should we do the outro next?
We could do the outro.
Oh my God.
We
Here
should
go.
do. Do we want to subject everybody to our?
Well, you guys, you don't have to. Well,
Yeah.
you never have to stay around. We
Please.
appreciate you being here. but God, we're gonna do something stupid anyway. I'm sure.
It might be
Something.
it might be hysterical. We should save this. We want to put an outro on all of our videos. I don't know if you've watched what we wind up dicing these into, but we reuse the same. Is it clumsy? It's a little
It's clumsy because I just
We-
said we're gonna use this even
We're
though
gonna-
we
yeah,
didn't plan it.
We know this is terrible, but we're going to use it anyways. And then we plan to record an outro at the beginning of June. We've been postponing this for a long time because we've
Yeah.
had better things to talk about.
So should we record two different? We have a community building outro and we have a number one and number two outro. Should we do these? Just record these scripts?
Yeah, I was
Like,
going to say do both of them so that we
yeah,
have.
that's what I thought.
Yeah. And in fact, last week I was like, you know what? I'm just going to record this entire script and send it to Pat and say, here, you got me reading the whole thing. You do the same thing and mix and match, and we'll have outros.
All right, I'm gonna now, and we don't expect to get this in one take, and we don't expect to just use one take. We'll bounce back and forth between us, so it'll be okay. If
Yes. Am I going to be able to do this?
well, I want to look right at the camera when I say it, so I'm gonna do my best here.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna
What-
fail. I'm gonna just read this.
Which one are you doing first? Number one or number
Number
two? I just making sure, confirming
It's okay. It's
confirming assumptions.
Chris has been. Do you know Chris has been bugging me about this every? She was very upset we didn't do this with the alligators last week.
The alligators were a way bigger deal. Wow,
It's
look at
so much bigger deal.
Does my lighting change that
You
much
get
when I
bright. You're getting a little. You're over. Well, it's okay if you do it. I'd turn your ISO down a notch or something if you open that. You're okay right now, but when
Yeah, well, I don't have it open or I switched back.
yeah, it's quite bright.
All right.
Oh, Judy.
What are we looking at? Here we
What
go.
do you guys think? Did Brian and I do a good job? If we did, then let us know by hitting the like button and tell us about what a good job we did in the comments below.
I could turn on the ND filter.
Don't you just get to turn your knob?
I don't know if I've got that. This one? Of course, I close that window. I can't see both at the same time.
All right, I'm gonna have a go at this, Tubby. Let me scooch this over here. What do you guys think? Did Brian and I do a good job? If we did, then then what? If we did, then let us know in the comments. No. What? This is hard.
This is hard. Well, I guess don't try and read it like word for word. Just this is challenging. I wrote this so that the kind of the concept is what's important, not the way
What do you find folks out there in YouTube land think? Did Brian and I do a pretty good job today? If we did, you can let us know by hitting that like button down there. Or maybe you want to leave us a comment and let us know if we're doing a good job. And if we didn't do a good job, That's something you can leave in the comments too. You can tell us why we were wrong, what we did wrong, how stupid we are. You can tell everybody you don't like my haircut. Did I get to the end? That was.
Yeah,
Should I have
think
asked
so.
how we do a better job? I think that was okay.
Yeah. Tell Chris she needs to keep it down because I can hear her. I can hear her laughing through your audio. All right, should I take a stab at my line?
I think so.
All right. We live stream the recording of these episodes on the first Tuesday of every month, and we're inviting you to come join us. Make sure you subscribe to the Butter What channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future live streams and episodes.
That was fantastic. And I can clap because we're in separate audio tracks. So I can.
This might be the best part of our podcast this week.
You know, and you don't even have to wait for our next live stream. You could come join our Discord community and participate with us. No, I don't like. No. And you know, you don't even have to wait for.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you. You don't even have to wait until the next live stream. You can come and hang out with us in Discord and participate in our community over there. There's a link in the description. So if you want to check that out, you can definitely do that. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope we get to see you next time. Was that
Good.
okay?
I think so. I'm just gonna require video editing. That's the
Yeah. Oh, that's fine.
the hard
That's what
part.
I
Yeah.
totally expected that.
Yeah, I did too.
Chris is making fun of me in the living room. Brian can hear her.
I'm teasing Chris. I can't hear you.
Oh, this is the easy one. I only have to do the middle paragraph.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read this. Oh God, there's
Friday
a word.
made us hit the notification bell. This is not actually Kool-Aid, Tubby. This is sugar-free mango.
¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Tampico. Yeah, but you got the hard part of this one.
I didn't even read it yet.
The mooching for Patreon.
Oh, jeez.
All right, are we ready? I just got to ramble about all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, ready as we'll ever be.
Okay. How did we do? Did we do a good job? Let us know in the comments below. Go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and mash that notification bell. Jeez. I tried.
Mash it. You were doing a good job.
Well, I used hit this, hit that, hit the other thing. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our... It's a lot of words.
Click. Do click for one of them.
Okay.
Click.
Is there an order to that?
No.
Do you
I think you have
subscribe,
it good.
like? I think so too.
I like your order.
All right. Chris says, you can't tell you are reading, but then she puts a big smiley face behind it. Is that sarcastic, Chris? Oh, geez. Don't cut me. How did we do? Yeah, I started laughing.
If you really like our content, Brian and I are both set up on Patreon.com. You'll find links to both of our Patreon pages in the description. Yeah, no, you go ahead. I didn't like the way that felt.
Yep. How did we do? Did we do a good job? Let us know in the comments below. Please also click the like button, subscribe to the channel, and mash the notification bell so you don't miss on upcoming episodes and our monthly live streams on the first Tuesday of every month.
Nice job.
I think so.
If you really enjoy our content, Brian and I are... No, I'm going to reword that.
Do, please. I mean, it was...
I know, I knew I was going to do it, I just didn't. You know, if you really enjoy what Brian and I are doing, you'll find links to our pages on... No. If you really enjoy what Brian and I are doing, there's links to our Patreon pages below in the description. You don't have to donate much. Even just $1 would be exciting. It's not really about the money. When you guys give money on Patreon, it makes me feel like I'm doing something that other people appreciate. And even small amounts make that... make me feel that way. How about you, Brian?
Yeah, we totally appreciate it.
Sorry.
I answered you. I thought it was fine. Do you like that? I mean,
Yeah, well, you could go. Maybe I'll do one more before.
Okay.
But I like the way I'm going.
And what did you ask? Should I try and answer? Do you want me to try and answer that question and then finish off this script?
It's up to you. What do you think?
I wanted it,
but I liked it.
Yeah, I wanted it. I mean, I wanted it to be kind of back and forth. Yeah, do it again, and then ask me something at the end, just like, what do you think, Brian? And I'll.
All right. If you enjoy what Brian and I are up to, in the description below, there's links to our pages on Patreon.com, and at Patreon you can donate $1 or $2 to us. If you enjoy what Brian and I are up to, there's links in the description below to our pages on Patreon.com. And over on Patreon, you could leave us $1 or $2 just to let us know that you appreciate what we're doing. And even the smallest donations, I get excited. It makes me feel like you guys actually care and somebody's interested in watching what we're doing. What do you think, Brian?
Yeah, I think the exact same thing. I love seeing those
dollar bills.
Dollar bills. Woo!
No.
God bless it.
I know.
Booey. I wish I remembered what you asked, because then I could just...
I said, what do you think? I talked about appreciating patrons.
Yeah.
You could say something like, yes, I agree. I appreciate every patron, and I also appreciate that you tuned in.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that.
Yeah. No, I was just thinking of what I need to say to answer your question. And patron's good. I don't want that to be the answer. Patron good, me appreciate. Yeah, Pat, you hit the nail right on the head. I totally appreciate all of the patrons that we have supporting us. And we also appreciate that you've tuned into this video, and hope to see you in our next live stream.
Cut.
Did we do a good job?
I feel better now.
We have lots of outro.
We do.
It's
going to be fun to try to paste into into 2 different outros. This will be interesting.
Yeah, but then you get to just reuse them all the time.
That's the hardest part of this whole thing tonight.
Yep.
Oh, farts!
What?
Let's do an addendum to the news.
What's that?
Well, we're gonna pull out the Pi KVM, right?
Yep.
I figured. What about Joust?
Oh shit! Yeah, we got to talk about Joust.
Joust. Where did it even go?
Joust.life.
Brian, I'm gonna have to rely on you to tell us about Joust because I'm gonna move the screen around a bit.
Okay.
But Brian, this has to make the news here, Tubby. This
Yeah.
is yeah. I enjoy this because when I built my first arcade cabinet, I always said when I build an upright arcade cabinet, I was going to name it "Thy Game Is Over," with the Joust font. You remember Joust from the arcade?
I do.
And you know, when everything was going massively multiplayer, all these video games, I said, why don't we have a massively multiplayer Joust? And holy crap, we have one.
We
now.
do.
It's
You-
at joust.life is the URL, and we'll put a link to that in the description. But I pasted this into Discord randomly a couple of weeks ago, and I expected nobody would look at it, but all sorts of people have been playing and telling us how amazing it is.
Yeah, we were playing it. We were playing it last week. There were like 4 or 5 of us from our Discord server, all on the same team. They give you funny fake names, but we were having a blast. I mean, I don't want to tell you how many I had to. I wound up taking a couple hours of an afternoon just playing it over and over again. It's so much. It's so much fun, and it's such a
doing a bad job
flashback.
playing.
Are you doing a bad job? Oh no,
I am, and it's very loud.
it's so loud. Yeah, if you play this, make sure you turn your speakers down by a lot because it's super loud. I woke my son up playing it one night.
But I will loop the gameplay over here so
Okay.
that, when we do the video. I don't even see
It's
the
a lot
tab.
of-
There it is.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we
Everybody
played
should
a
have been
little bit
playing
last
it.
live stream when we were talking about alligators, and I figured everybody needs to know about this.
Yes.
When I connected, it said there were 668 people playing. There's usually, what, a dozen people on a team or something?
Yeah, it happens so fast. It kinda-
does.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of Tetris 99 on the Switch. There's so much
Yeah.
stuff going on that. I mean, Joust was it difficult? It was a hard game.
Yeah, and it's
I-
just the one screen, and it ate your quarters like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, when I'm playing it, it's real. I mean, it's really hard to. There's so many people everywhere. It's kind of hard to tune into some of the
Uh-oh,
my
tough.
video. Yeah, I was about to say my video just stopped.
We don't want to say too many words about it anyway, because it should be
News.
fairly short. When you come back, I'll say we'll start closing it down, I think.
Yeah, I wonder if that's loose or
Smash that bell.
click the like button.
Like that clicking.
Yeah, now it's. All right, I'm back.
You're back.
We gotta go fast. I don't know what. Alex sold me a janky camera. I'm teasing. I don't know what's going on, but I don't think it's because of the camera.
So we had a little bit of technical difficulty. The important thing is go check out joust.life. Go play. Tell us what you think of it. Stop by Discord and tell us how you're doing. And hopefully we see you in there. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll dedicate a whole segment of the next live stream to just playing with the people in.
Oh, that would
Or-
be fun.
Yeah,
That would be fun. Think we did okay?
I think we did great. What did we
I
get
think
for
we did- I think we did
3
well. I have to
episodes?
remember,
4?
Joust is at the end. It needs
Joust-
to go to the front.
Joust is at the end. It needs to go to the front, and the outro is close to the end.
Yep.
but it needs to go further to the end.
Yep. We'll make it. We'll make it so.
We did that in an hour and a half,
An hour and a half. That was with the outro that took forever.
and
But
all
we
sorts.
only did 3 episodes. Usually we do 4 or 5.
Yep,
But we
We
had
had
some
it-
technical difficulties, and
an episode's worth of me plugging and unplugging my camera.
it's true. But how are you guys doing out in YouTube land? Everybody doing all right? Should I be peeking into Discord too? I have too many things to.
Yeah, Diane was talking. I missed Diane, a couple of Diane's messages.
Oh, and we missed. Yeah, we did miss some messages in Discord.
We did a bad job at Discording.
We get better at this every week.
Every time we try. Yeah,
Mango drink. It's a little bit tart. It's good.
tart's good.
You know, it's just one of those. You know, those little packets you're supposed to put in a bottle of water, like a 16.9 ounce bottle of water. That's all this was.
Yeah,
Put it in here.
single
With some
serve
thickener.
Kool-Aid
But
and
should we
xanthan.
check out for the night? Is this time to go to sleep?
I think so, or at least be done. Open the door up. It is warm
Yeah.
in here.
I believe it. I turned my in anti-accordance with ERCOT, I turned the AC
Fuck ERCOT.
to like 62 degrees before the live stream started, and then we turned it back up before just
Yeah.
to trap some cool air in here. But we appreciate everybody who came out to watch this, and
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I think there's a link to our Discord server if you folks aren't already there.
Butterwhat.com/Discord.
Yeah, that will absolutely work.
Yeah, it's what's in the video description right now.
Nice
That's
job.
where I read it from.
Oh, good. Let us know that we're doing a bad job or a good job or whatever kind of a job.
What? Any kind of feedback.
And I'm gonna go find out what Chris had to say, why she was laughing at me.
I want to hear. I want to hear about this.
I
Not
do
right
too.
now. Not in real time. You can tell me later.
But you guys have a good night.
Everybody have a good night.
Wait, Brian, I forgot to ask. How are your feet doing?
Yeah. Make sure you take care of them.
Have a good night, Tubby.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, YouTube.
Thanks, everybody. Don't close your browser window.
No, don't close